Play ball!
Wing Wednesday on Sports Tree Ltd. is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks.
Steer!
Hello and welcome to Wing Wednesday here on Sports Tree Ltd. Presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree and we're going to jump right into this week's episode with our MLB rundown, starting off with the standings. And coming in first, we're going to look at the American League and we're going to start things off in the AL East. And it is the Boston Red Sox leading the charge with a record of 18 wins and 12 losses. In the Central, it's KC currently controls the Central, sitting at 16 and 12. Out west, the Oakland Athletics lead the entirety of the American League with a record of 19 and 12. In the National League, starting in the East, the Phillies lead the pack with a record of 15 and 15. In the Central, the St. Louis Cardinals lead the Central, standing at 17 and 12. And San Francisco not only leads the West, but the entirety of the National League, sporting a record of 18 and 12. In some breaking MLB news, Reds' Joey Votto will miss extended time with a fractured thumb. The Yankees have placed second baseman Rougned Odor on the 10-day IL with a leg sprain. And George Springer missed last night's Blue Jay game in what manager Charlie Montoya is calling a rest day. Getting into our Blue Jays flyby of the week, starting with the A's game on Tuesday night, the Blue Jays gave up a 4-0 lead early and couldn't rally. The Blue Jays lineup had combined for 30 runs heading into last night's contest before they got stopped by Cole Irvin. He threw a career-high 8 innings pitch and struck out 9. The A's pitching combined to hold the Jays to just 1 run, and the Birds fell 4-1. They are in the midst of playing 10 games in 10 days, and tonight marks the 6th of those contests. The takeaway from Tuesday night's Jays game is streaky bats, and again, the bullpen was able to be solid, but starting pitching let the Jays down. Our Jay of the day was Trent Thornton. He went 2 2/3 innings in relief with 3 strikeouts, allowing just 1 hit and 1 walk. As for Wednesday night's matchup, we're going to look at the starting pitchers first. It's Chris Bassitt taking on the Blue Jays' Robbie Ray, and Chris Bassitt, he's been on fire as of late. He's been racking up strikeouts left and right, and that doesn't vote well for the Blue Jays hitters, who struck out 9 times in 8 innings last night against Irvin. Bassitt has punched out at least 8 batters in 3 consecutive starts. Robbie Ray, on the other hand, is also in great form. We haven't seen this kind of velocity from Robbie Ray's fastball since the 2016 season. He, quote-unquote, has found something in his release. He registered a win in his last outing and has struck out 14 in his last 2 games. With a pair of strikeout pitchers on the mound, if the ball does get touched, look for it to be rocked. Both of these teams have explosive batters, and we said the Blue Jays, they look a little cold with the bats. Oakland has to feel good after depleting the Blue Jays bullpen last night, and while that may give them the advantage, no A's batter has ever registered a hit against Robbie Ray. I like this to be a low-scoring game with Ray on the bump, and the Blue Jays bats have to be a little embarrassed from last night. I like them to get back into the win column. Our Jay to watch tonight is George Springer. He hits a career .267 against Bassitt with a dinger and a pair of runs batted in. Looking forward for the Birds, they wrap up their 4-game set with Oakland on Thursday night, then travel to Houston for a 3-game set before their day off on Monday. If they want to crawl back to 500 on this road trip, the starting pitchers are going to have to pull some weight because the bullpen will be out of juice if they have to play 6+ innings each and every night. From the batter's box, the Birds just need consistency. All that talk about those Birds buzzing has me hungry for some chicken wings, but first, a word from our sponsor. Hey there, Kelly. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. This is Connor Roundtree calling from Wing Wednesday. We're on the mission to find the world's greatest tasting chicken wings, and a couple followers of the show said we have to try local.
Absolutely, you have to try our wings. I'm very biased, but I'm obsessed with our wings.
That's what we have to figure out. What is the best flavor? What's your most popular flavor? Because if we're going to try it, we have to try it right.
Exactly. I'm going to let you know a little secret. The best thing to do is get our Frank hot mixed with our Korean sweet tea. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, Kelly. We really appreciate that. Now, our girl Kelly told us to get on this curry sauce to add with these hot wings. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty tasty. You get like an extra trifecta of flavor. A little extra sweet, a little extra spice. Not that spice from like down south. That spice that you can really smell and it gets into you. It's gonna be in my clothes for a couple days. And then a little bit of extra tanginess. So I really, really like the idea. It's executed well. The wings themselves, as you can see, there's a lot of wings, not a lot of drumsticks. We need a little more cowbell. And the wings themselves are a little small, but the flavor's great, the service was great, and the wings themselves come in at a 6.8. Getting into our fantasy up and down, a batter that you have to put up and into your lineup is Tyler O'Neill. He entered Wednesday on a 4-game hit streak, tallying 8 hits and 4 RBI over that stretch. The pitcher you have to put into your lineup is Dylan Cease. The White Sox starter hasn't surrendered a run in his last 2 outings, collecting a pair of wins and 20 strikeouts across those games. A couple guys that you have to put down, first being a batter is Keston Hiura. The Brewers' second baseman struggles are carrying over from last season, and he's hitting just 152 this year and has gone hitless in his last 4 games. Time to drop him and move on. As for our pitcher, it's Luis Castillo. The Reds ace has just 1 win in 6 starts this season, carrying an ERA over 6. See if you can garner some trade value for his name, but it is time to make moves and move on from the Reds ace. For our game of the day, 2 of the most dynamic pitchers in the National League meet tonight in San Diego. The Pittsburgh Pirates' JT Brubaker has looked stellar in his sophomore campaign. He sports a 2.63 ERA with 30 strikeouts. Tonight, he battles one of the best to do it over the past decade in Yu Darvish. He's been the most consistent pitcher for the Padres this season. He's gone 5 straight outings, pitching at least 6 innings while allowing 1 run or fewer. He's 3-1 on the year with 49 strikeouts on the campaign. I like this to be an awesome pitching duel that Yu Darvish and the Padres come out on top in. For our Monkey Knife Fight play of the day, MKF has an unbelievable contest starting tomorrow with the Wells Fargo Championship. You can win your share of $7,500 if all 3 of your players get in with an eagle that you select. The first guy that we have to take is Justin Thomas. He comes to this event ranked first in both strokes gained from tee to green over the past 2 months and opportunities gained. He won the 2017 PGA at Quail Hollow, but more to me is he knocked down 3 eagles last weekend and is tied for the 3rd most eagles on tour over the past year. A key to success at Quail Hollow is driving distance and gaining strokes off the tee, and that is where Bryson DeChambeau comes into play. He figured out Quail Hollow, finishing 4th here in 2018, knocking down a lone eagle, and that was before bulked up Bryson. He leads the PGA Tour in eagles per hole over the last year and is second only to Justin Thomas in strokes gained from tee to green since March 1st. Our 3rd and final pick is Tony Finau. He has 7 top 10s this season, and he also sits top 10 on the tour in eagles per hole ratio and has the 5th most eagles on tour this past year. For a trivia question on this week's edition of Trees 3, to get in to win a pair of MLB tickets courtesy of our sponsor Halo Fishing from American Baitworks, we're going to ask a little wild question about the wild card. What was the first wild card team to win the World Series? Head on over to our web app, sportstree.ca, and answer that trivia question to get in to win a pair of MLB tickets from our sponsors, Halo Fishing. Remember that upgrading your subscription is upgrading your chances to win up to $15,000 a year and tickets to see your favorite teams. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree, and on behalf of our sponsors, Halo Fishing from American Baitworks, when in doubt, just wing it.
Play ball!
Wing Wednesday on Sports Tree Ltd is presented by Halo Fishing from American Baitworks.
Steer right!